They arranged a meet-up in Shoreditch because they both work in Shoreditch on ITN, and he gave him back the 4p.
4p. Well, I thought you were going to say you bought him a drink, and I was going to.
Oh, he bought him a drink as well.
Definitely worth it for a drink in Shoreditch. So, and finally, this story has been just about everywhere. I have lost track of the number of people who have sent me this story, whether it's via Twitter or email or WhatsApp. So the story is that a man loses his wallet, and the person who found it notified him via a series of bank transfer references. So the gentleman in question obviously works in Fintech, is the caveat that you need before we get into this. And the gentleman in question's name is Tim Cameron. He's a product manager at TransferWise. He lost his wallet on his way home from work. Apparently there wasn't much in the way of personal identifying information in his wallet, so the person who found it couldn't really get in touch to return it to him. They didn't have a driving license in, or that kind of thing, I think. But what they did was ingenious and required a lot of lateral thinking. I would say, again, unless you're a product manager in a Fintech. But they got in touch with him via 4 separate bank transfers, faster payment transfers. They were instant, of £0.01, that's a penny, citing what had happened in the reference. So the experience has gone absolutely viral. Apparently 21,000 retweets and 123,000 likes on Twitter. So let me see if I can read this out. So it says, a faster payment of £0.01 was paid into your account, text or call, and then there's a text or call, and then the next one says, with the reference the actual phone number. The third one says, wallet in the road, and the fourth one says, hi, I found your. Now, they may have come in the wrong order, but you get the message. I mean, it's a brilliant story. I think it requires a certain set of circumstances to have come together in the first place. Is this another use for faster payment references? Is there subtle messaging going on?
I think what's hilarious about this is because we're talking about the PSD2 and PISPs that are coming out in this push to have push payments instead of maybe cards or things like that. And you think about the level of detail that you can put in addenda records of push payments. And it's nearly completely unusable, especially in a B2B sense. So that's the payments geek in me thinking about, we want to have more push payments. How do you reconcile against this? Here, you had to send 4 different payments to actually have some type of sentence that told what they were about and what they were doing. I mean, it's an ingenious way of trying to return a wallet to somebody, but it shows the shortcomings in push payments and trying to get information and use it.
Do we know who the guy was who actually pushed the payments?
Well, we've got his phone number.
Well, yeah, other than the fact that everyone can call him.
I think it was blocked out on Twitter, in all fairness.
Yeah. I think because I saw this on the ITN News last night. And
it made the news.
Yeah, it made
the national news.
Well, regional.
Regional ITN. Oh, sorry.
ITN, yeah. But the guy who actually made the transactions isn't in Fintech at all.
Oh, he isn't? Okay,
no.
so the guy who lost his wallet
is in Fintech, but the guy that actually came up with this ingenious ways of contacting him doesn't actually know anything about Fintech or anything. I can't.
I'm really intrigued now as to what kind of person.
We've got to get him on the show.
Remember, we have to hunt him down.
Interview him next week.
We should get him and Tim Cameron on next week.
But I would have thought that if they were reporting something about him being in Fintech, they would have made a much bigger thing about him working for someone else. Because, I was just thinking, this is an amazing marketing opportunity. Mm-hmm. We should start sending messages to people via payments. That's a great way to get recognised.
I just on a slightly more sinister note, but also I remember Venmo allows you to put messages in when you send Venmo payments, and there was an awful lot of news stories earlier this year, maybe it was late last year, about how Venmo was being used by people to make illegal purchases, and the illegal purchases were being discovered by the messages that were being put in the payments. So you would be like, this is for X grams of cocaine, and would be the message that was put on it, and nobody realised that the people running Venmo could see those messages. So that's another instance of people using messages attached to payments, and they thought, it's great because nobody's going to track the payment because it's on Venmo, but they were actually explaining in the message attached to the payment what it is they were doing with it. Sorry, Josh, I don't know if you had a serious point.
You made a sort of other sinister point. I was going to make a really positive point. How lucky are we all to live in a society where someone loses their wallet and somebody else goes and makes the effort, and not only makes the effort but pays 4p to go and actually tell the person they found it and done it.
They arranged a meet-up in Shoreditch because they both work in Shoreditch on ITN, and he gave him back the 4p.
4p. Well, I thought you were going to say you bought him a drink, and I was going to
he bought him a drink as well.
Definitely worth it for a drink in Shoreditch.
Well, I grew up in South London. I always thought Shoreditch was very dangerous, but now I'm going to have to reevaluate my thinking.